and gentlemen, welcome to the Rainforest Revue. Today we'll be taking you on an exciting and mysterious world of tropical rainforest, a world where it's warm and green year-round and where it rains nearly every day.
All the rain and warmth in the rainforest means that trees and other plants are green and growing year-round. Many of these trees become giants, forming a thick layer of leaves, branches, and flowers. This leafy forest covering, called the canopy, is loaded with life.
Did you know that rainforests are home to gorillas, toucans, orangutans, and all kinds of cats, bats, birds, insects, and other animals? Some of these species are so amazing it's hard to believe they are real.
Colors of the Rainforest by Miss Renee. Deep in the rainforest is a cave pot tree so high. Look very closely. What do you spy? A blue morpho butterfly flying by. A brown monkey swimming towards the sky. A yellow snake gliding. A green frog hopping. A red parrot squawking. And a black bat hiding.
Bluebird of paradise. In faraway jungles I've heard, lives a strange and mysterious bird. It hangs from a tree upside down, so you see its behavior is truly absurd. This jungle bird puts on a show. It shuffles and shakes to the bone. It jostles and jiggles and waggles and wiggles. Its long silky plumes seem to glow. You may wonder just why it should be that a bird acts so strange. Well, you see, it hangs from a tree because it's a he and you want to impress a she. Where can you find a toucan? In the rainforest you can. High up on a limb is where it can be seen with the monkeys and the birds. Squirrels leap from tree to tree while bats go flying free. There's a bee, mosquito, and moth. Look up, there's a hanging sloth down on the rainforest floor, where big and small creatures galore. The antelope, deer, and hog, plus termites and ants on a log. Every day, hour by hour, butterflies swarm the flower. Lizards and snakes also play in the rainforest plants all day. Ocelots, jaguars, and leopards. The rainforest is a popular address. I saw a sloth play soccer with the tortoise and the snail. They were all enthusiastic and determined to prevail. They were positively passionate The toucan by Schultz Literacy. Tell me who can catch a toucan. Just how few can ride a toucan. What kind of glue can stick to the toucan? Who can write some more of the toucan?
Every Peter ever was partly steam and partly buzz. Whatever one toucan can do is soon done by toucans too. And 3 toucans, it's very true, can do much more than two can do. And toucan is number, and 2 plus toucan. Man is more than all the zoo can. In short, there's no toucan who can do a 4 or 3 or toucan.
The porcupine is puzzled that his friends should act so queer. Though they come to visit him, they never come too near.
They often stop and say hello and pass by most days, but still the close of them are always many feet away. He sits and wonders endlessly, but never finds a clue to why his companions act the disappointing they do.
The porcupine has never had a notion in his brain that what he finds enjoyable to others is a pain. Now presenting The Great Kapok Tree by Lynn Cherry, narrated by Thomas O'Neill.
Two people walked into the rainforest. Moments. Two people walked into the rainforest. Moments before, the forest had been alive with the sounds of squawking birds and howling monkeys. And all was quiet as the creatures watched the two men and wondered why they had come. The larger person stopped and pointed to a great kapok tree. Then she left. The smaller man took the axe he carried and struck the trunk of the tree. The sounds of the blows rang through the forest. The wood of the tree was very hard. The man wiped off the sweat that had ran down his face and neck. Soon the man grew tired. He sat down to rest at the foot of the great kapok tree. Before he knew it, the heat and hum of the forest had lulled him to sleep. A bee buzzed in the sleeping man's ear.
Senor, my hive is in this kapok tree. I fly from tree to tree and flower to flower, collecting pollen in this way. I pollinate the trees and the plants throughout the rainforest. You see, all living things depend on one another.
A troop of monkeys scampered down from the canopy of the kapok tree. They chattered to the sleeping man.
Senor, you see the ways of man. You chop down one tree and you come back for another and another.
The roots of these sweet trees will wither and die, and there will be nothing left to hold the earth in place. When the heavy rains come, the soil will be washed away, and the rainforest will become a desert.
A toucan, a macaw, and a cock of the rock flew down from the canopy.
set fires to clear the underbrush, and soon the forest disappeared. Where once there was life and beauty, only black and smoldering ruins remain.
A bright and small tree frog crawled along the edge of a leaf. In a squeaky voice, he piped in the man's ear.
Senor, our ruined rainforest will ruin life. If you chop down this kapok tree, you will leave many of us homeless.
A jaguar had been sleeping along a branch in the middle of the tree. Because his spotted coat blended into the dappled light and shadows of the understory, no one had noticed him. Now he leapt down and padded silently over to the sleeping man. He growled in his ear.
Senor, the kapok tree is home to many birds and animals. If you cut it down, where would I find my dinner?
3 tree porcupines swung down from branch to branch and whispered to this man.
Senor, do you know what animals and humans need in order to live? And senor, do you know what trees produce? If you get down the rainforest, you will destroy which gives us life.
A beautiful blue morpho butterfly gently flew over and said to the sleeping man,
Senor, here I'm cutting down this tree with no thought for the future. And surely you know that what happens tomorrow depends upon what you do today.
Big man tells you to chop down a beautiful tree. He does not think of his own children and tomorrow's in a world without trees.
A 3-toed sloth had begun climbing down from the canopy when the men first appeared. Only now did she reach the ground, climbing ever so slowly over to the sleeping man. She spoke in her deep and lazy voice.
Senor, how much is beauty worth? Can you live without it? If you destroy the beauty of the rainforest, what could you feast your eyes on?
A child from the Yanomamo tribe who lived in the rainforest knelt over to the sleeping man. She murmured in his ear,
Senor, when you awaken, please look upon us all with new eyes.
creatures who depended upon the great kapok tree. What wondrous and rare animals they were! The man looked about and saw the sun streaming through the canopy. Spots of bright light glowed like jewels amidst the dark green forest. Strange and beautiful plants seemed to dangle in the air, suspended from the great kapok tree. The man smelled the fragrant perfume of their flowers. He felt the steamy mist rising from the forest floor, but he heard no sound, for the creatures were strangely silent. The man stood and picked up his axe. He swung back his arm as though to strike the tree. Suddenly, he stopped. He turned and looked at the animals and the child. He hesitated. Then he dropped the axe and walked down the rainforest.